Hi, everyone. Today we're going to talk about the law of sines, what it is, and how to solve a problem for it. Today we'll be talking about how to solve for a missing side, and it could also be used to solve for a missing angle. Now, what the law of sines states is that there are three ratios in every triangle that are equivalent. The sine of an angle divided by the opposite side is equivalent to the side of any other angle, for example, sine of B, divided by the side length of B. And the same for side length for the sine of C divided by the side length C. Once again, capital letters are for the angles, lowercase letters are for the sides in all the examples I'm doing. Now, some helpful hints to remember. If I give you a word problem, you draw the picture out, label everything, all the sides that you're given, all the angle measures you're given, identify what we're trying to find so that we don't have to make more work for ourselves. And once again, since this is not going to be a right triangle, we can use the law of sines or law of cosines depending on what parts of the triangle we're given. Now here's our example for today. I want us to find the length of side F. I could try to do it with law of cosines or law of sines. I got to think about what information I'm given. So I drew the picture, I labeled all the length and the angle measures. It's not a right triangle, so we can't use Pythagorean theorem. We don't have two side lengths, so we're going to have a hard time using law of cosines. It'll be impossible. So law of sines is going to be the efficient way to solve this problem. Now, the first step I needed to think about here was, do I have more information that's not already labeled? And I do. Angle B has to be 30 degrees because the three angles of a triangle have to always add up to 180. 110 plus 40 is 150, plus 30 gets us our 180. Now, when I set up a proportion, I can only have one unknown if I'm hoping to solve. So I'm going to use the 30-degree angle and the 400-meter side, and the 40-degree angle and the opposite side F to solve for letter F. I'm going to set up a proportion. Sine of 30 degrees over the opposite side length 400 equals the sine of 40 degrees over the opposite side length F. I have a proportion, I have one unknown, and I'm going to use some algebra to solve. First step I do is use cross multiplication. So I do F times sine 30 degrees, set that equal to 400 times sine of 40 degrees, get an equation. Then I'm going to divide both sides by sine of 30 degrees to get F by itself. I'm going to use a calculator to evaluate that, and I will arrive at my answer. Now make sure you are in degree mode when you're entering degrees. Make sure you use your parentheses correctly, and to check our answer, the smallest angle should be opposite the shortest side. The medium angle, so 40 is bigger than 30, so F has to be bigger than 400. It is, and therefore we get our answer. Now, if we're doing an angle problem to find a missing angle, we'll have to use inverse trig, but we're getting really good at that. We'll continue to practice. I would expect that you're going to try the examples in the notes, and please email me if you have any questions.